Part 7 Journey to Airnoft. Hey guys, and welcome back to the Banner Saga. In the last episode, we had led Rook and his people to a Varl city. They are willing to take us in for a little while, and then after that, we're supposed to move on. And apparently, Ivor, the Varl in the background, is important in a way that we don't know yet. Let's go ahead and talk. I'll talk to Hogan, I think that is, or Mogan, or probably both. Hogan. Just take it easy for a while. People are noticing. Oh, they've noticed, have they? We're on edge of dying daily and you want me to take it easy? Gods, I should be plowing twice as many fields, you understand? Don't get us thrown out of this caravan, Mogan. It's not just who suffers. It's not just you who suffers. Right? So you get married, have kids, now I'm supposed to settle down too, yeah? What happened to... The two brothers clam up as you approach. For some reason I feel like I made a bad choice with these two. That's right. I've got a kid to take care of. Cool your head, Mogan. Hogan departs, leaving Mogan looking awkward. Rook, what brings you around? You come running every time you hear yelling? Must be why you look so tired. Look, it's not secret. I like women, Rook. They like me. They like the scar. Forget it. Listen, all this death, every night half the caravan cries itself to sleep. Pathetic. Come on, Rook. Be honest. This is a good living. Half the world just tilling soil till they keel over. What kind of life is that? We're lucky. You could go your whole life with no goals, no purpose, nothing to fight against but boredom and hunger. I'm glad for all this. Uh, I don't agree. Look at it like this. We're fighting to the death almost every day, yeah? You can curl up like in a little ball of fear. You can go hide in the woods eating nuts and appreciating leaves or some nonsense. Or you can enjoy the struggle. Know which one I pick? Anyway, just so you know, I'd never go for a let, promise you that. Or I'd leave. All yours. Appreciated, Mogan. I mean, I don't know why he said odd leaf though, like, I, I'm pretty damn sure the chieftain is still alive. Because the last thing we heard is that he wasn't looking good, and then he handed us the banner. But he wasn't dead. So I'm super confused on that. Groomer, can you spare a moment? Mostly no, but I'll try. I never had a moment to thank you for your hospitality. Consider it done then. Respect, young one. After the Second Great War, wasn't much for me left to do, so I started training and got the role to fight. Got tired of that, made a place in Wartome. They still come calling, even with no wars to speak of. Seems like that might be changing though, don't it? Huh, I'm not surprised he never told you. I'm just surprised he can stand being around anyone at all. Your friend was one of us long ago. I mean, the dredge-slaying, bashing type. He was called Youngveer then. And if you want to know why he changed his name, best ask him yourself. I'm too old to peddle and gossip. Yeah. Depends how much you know. They're all armor. Tap them hard enough though, and it'll shatter. Line up a whole new row of slag, and they'll explode on each other all the way down. You get in a big brawl, half your time spent setting them up for it. And if you see one bang his axe like a tuning fork, try to kill him quick. Sometimes the slag he's calling won't even show up. I might. Or it could be the most boring Varl you ever met. Depends on how much you like killing dredge. Ask me again someday. Might tell you about the time we filled dead yaks with whale teeth. And why. Alright, well, I'll leave you to you. I suppose you should. Take care, friend of young beer. Let's check out the fucking market. I haven't seen a market in I have one renown. No, it doesn't look like it. Move you with Trig. Oh wow, I have him as a thing now. Forge ahead. The war leader uses experience in battle to issue commands to allies, moving them next in line and initiative. By repositioning his allies' turn order, the war leader can create new strategies such as giving archers guerrilla tactics, triggering abilities earlier than usual, or slingshotting a powerful ally to the back lines. Huh. What's Eckle? Oh yeah, I probably should explain this. Whenever we got back to Rook's group, he tried to kill us for no fucking reason. And whenever we left the place, he came up and was like, "Hey, you're better than me. I want to join you." And I don't trust him at all. He's probably gonna kill me. Echo leaps to great heights before bringing down his axe on the enemy, causing all units adjacent to him to be knocked back. Friend or foe, affected units take normal damage, +1 strength damage for each space they are pushed. No, I don't think I have any spare items. I mean, I guess I can. Guess it's time to leave already. Grofheim's quite a few days out, but nothing worse than crossing the wastes, I imagine. If there's anywhere you might be safe from dredge, it's there. You steel yourself for another long march, and half the town of Wormtoe joins you. We got a little bit of everyone in our group. Someone's been nicking extra goods from the supplies, a concerned woman tells you. Counted them myself yesterday, no mistake. This keeps up, we'll all be starving before long. Post a few more guards. To deter any further threat, you discreetly place some trusted guards by the caravans. You hear a few people casually point out the extra manpower, but nobody seems to raise an alarm for now. You know who I still wish I would have killed? That drunk guy. A woman's stifled screams failed to overly concern anyone. It was only a matter of time before the expectant mother gave birth. The caravan is simply excited by the first sign of new life since the trip began. Let's celebrate. I got some supplies. The baby's cries replace the mother's. The entire caravan cheers. You raise your drinks to your family, saying, "Tomorrow we rest and feast to strength and long life." Again, everyone cheers, glad to forget their worries. You haven't seen Alette for much of the day. When you do find her, she's returning to camp alone from a fair distance away, looking rather sullen. She keeps her eyes to the ground as you approach. Well, what's going on? I feel like things are changing so quickly. It's not just that. Everything is going so wrong. I've been talking to Echo a lot. Oh, so, what's he telling you? He told me how he and Onif are kin. Echo had a sister who married Onif, but she died a long time ago. They've been bound since, but then Onif left without him, just left him behind without a word. That's why he came after us. Well, let's go talk to him. Eventually find Onif back at the camp and relate the story. Is that what Echo told you? It's true about his sister. She died of fever when we were just married. Surprised he opened up like that. So, I left him in Frostfeller. He'd be fine one day, ready to kill his own men the next. Sometimes he would. I'd make the same decision tomorrow. Well, stay away from Alette. I will, but it sounds more like you need to keep Alette away from him. You leave with the advice ringing in your ears. Shit, I kind of forgot about Echo. It went to Onif, and then I was like, oh, you're obviously who we're talking about. Oh, did we make it to another Godstone? Looks like a whale, I think. Or a ship. The Godstone of Merrick looms into view. Upon it, carved a great ocean beast. I was right. Jagged stones jut out of the snow like shark fins. It's hard to imagine the Nordfelling waste being filled with water at one time, but the Godstone stands as a reminder of a vast lake it used to cross. A blessing, shouts one of the men in your caravan, holding up what looks like a silver coin. It's a fish scale, he says, pointing out the rainbow pattern that shows in the sunlight. Soon a curious child has found another hiding in the snow, and the third is discovered. Perhaps he'll bring us luck, you over here. Before long, the caravan has become obsessed with gathering the shiny scales. Let's go ahead and take it. I haven't had a Godstone lead me astray yet anyways. By the end of the second day, the scavenger hunt still continues unabated, and even You are starting to feel something at the back of your mind, like you need to have one of the scales. You shake it off, uncertain whether to let it continue. It's another day before the fervor calms down, and you think you must have been something unnatural about it, because when the last scale was found, the obsession suddenly abated. On the next morning, one of the men presents a gleaming coat of mail to you. We made this from scales. From these scales, he says, grinning. You graciously accept the gift, and the caravan gets back to travel. Oh. Oddleaf calls you over, grinning. A row of women holding bows of differing age and experience line up before a row of trees in the distance. They fire, doing an impressive job hitting the trunks. I think they're ready to fill some dredge with feathers. One woman still hasn't shot her arrow. She stands perfectly still. The others watch. Just as the wind shifts, she lets go, and her arrow flies not into one of the trees, but a snow rabbit that had scurried from underneath. Dinner, she says, smiling. Group of men from the caravan approach. Listen here, says one. Practice all you want. My wife isn't fighting dredge. The other men agree in chorus. We don't want to see a battlefield full of dead wives and daughters. Let's make some more. To be honest, this was already harder than I expected. I don't know how many more would really take to it, but the more people who can hold their own, the better. The men continue to complain. The women return to camp, not just as clansmen, but as fighters. Sounds of a skirmish alert you to a varl surrounded by a half-dozen armed fighters. One man spots you and shouts, "Leave us to our business. This varl killed my father without reason." The varl is about to respond when a man attacks. The giant swats the blade aside and silently watches for the next assault. Let's hear what he has to say. The varl shrugs as if unconcerned, saying, "This one's father and I had a business deal. He lied, now he's dead." Lies? You murdered him over a lie, you coward? The men wildly attack the varl, who deflects them well enough, but you're uncertain of how long he can keep it up. Let's defend the guy. However, we could use any varl with a good sword arm, couldn't we? He nods, readying his weapon. The men immediately back off, the prospect of fighting your entire army suddenly unappealing. They watch from a distance, shouting obscenities and something about injustice. The varl turns towards you. Didn't need the help, but if I'm going to travel, it may as well be in the company of other varl. He falls in line with the others, and you return to travel. Hey, you got renown. You hear a whistle in the wind and spot a long line of varl up ahead, heading towards you. Behind them is a swarm of dredge and a trail of bodies leading off into the distance. "Get down there!" barks Kroomer. We're off to save the varl. "Don't let them spread out!" shouts the lead varl as you approach the battleground. Soon you almost regret finding yourself fighting alongside them, facing off against a daunting number of dredge. The dredge line of the battlefield, weapons drawn, a fight seems inevitable. Take a quick count. There must be 175 of them. You have 176 with 63. Two forces are about evenly matched. There is no guarantee of victory here. Shit. Time for a fight. Damn it. No one here is level 5. More slings. I hate them. That guy has a lot of fucking armor. Forgot about the fucking slings. mostly hurt your own person. Can't reach that one. So close. He's gonna be able to summon people. Damn it. Completely forgot about the guy next to Oddleaf. Should've focused on the other guy. Are you fucking kidding me? down. Damn it. God damn. You can take this out. No, we're getting the fuck out of here. Isn't this a damn curiosity? This is the second time I've been sent to find a Varl who is heading my direction with humans in tow. What are Dredge doing up here? Gods, does nobody know what's going around here? What's going on around here? They leveled Grofheim to the ground. We've been losing ground for days. Dronders and Irnaft now. They sent me to gather Krumer and the rest from Wormtow when we ran across a bunch of slag, and there's a lot more where they came from. Is this all the Varl you got, Krumer? What have you been doing? Eating each other? Then you went to Bloxburg. Are you telling me Grofheim is completely gone? And Vagnir's dead. Slag on our heels. The Varl you sent off north are probably dead. The world's ending. Come on, this is old news. We're gathering in Irnaft. That's where we need to go right now. Wait. Falstaff takes a long moment to look over the caravan of men, women, and children behind you. Not them. Unless you're king or a mender, humans don't step foot in Irnaft. No. Now isn't the time for this discussion. Damn it, Falstaff. Who cares about that? What in the depths happened to Grofheim? Before Falstaff can reply, a low rumble grabs your attention, growing louder by the moment. Even though it's beyond sight, all ears turn to Grofheim's direction as the rumbling becomes deafening, transforming quickly into cracking and splintering. It's coming closer. Go! Don't stop until you reach Hadborg! fucking dragon. The fuck am I supposed to do about that shit? It's breaking mountains and raising mountains? What the fuck? Unless that's it. I don't think that's it. Fuck am I supposed to do about that shit? Where did Joe come from? Oh, he's another godstone. Terrifying days of tremors, you reach the godstone of Hadborg, which is teeming with Varl who want to know what's happening. Others busily mend makeshift defenses set up around the godstone creator of the Varl. Hold up. We're going to have to talk. Sweet, because you know that's what I want. More talking. You're still standing. Well, most of you. Rest up, then move on. A mountain just sank into the earth, and something is out there. You're just going to send us away? I don't know who you are, but you're not going to Ernoft. There's a couple hundred Varl here who will back that up. Where are we supposed to go? Back the way we came? We're stuck between two mountain ranges. In one direction, a few thousand Varl. In the other, an army of dredge and whatever caused that fucking quake. Ernoft is a Varl city. This shouldn't be news to a Varl. Give it a rest, Fossolft. Don't you recognize who you're talking to? Surprise suddenly flashes over Fossolft's face. The other Varl are starting to come closer now. You hear young Vera being whispered between them. I think this might be the one person you want to let into Ernoft. The humans come with me. All of them. Falsoff glances between Ivor and Krumer before stalking away, pushing past the mob of curious onlookers. Ivor? Who are you? Some other time, Rook. I just realized he actually has different horns than everyone. Most of them have kind of like thin, bull-like horns, whereas his are fucking gigantic. You spend the rest of the day recovering. Varl come and go in packs, and most chatter about the quake that just sank mountains into the earth, or the dredge that are still on their way. You hear rumors that a massive chasm opened where the earth split. I'm gonna inspect Godstone because they've all helped me. The little you know about Hadberg is that he was a disciple of the Loon Mother and learned to create under her guidance. He created a few beasts, but soon became bored with simple animals and began combining man and beast, ending up with Varl. That's the myth anyway. One thing is certain, each Varl alive today was created by Hadborg, and now the god is dead. The Varl here now are the last ones that will ever exist. A profound sadness washes over you. Krumer is already here. It's good to pay respects, he says, you both standing there in silence. Give this to Youngber, he says, turning to leave. It was once his, and that stubborn ass refuses to take it back. Krumer hands you a massive studded belt. Suddenly, there's a lot of activity. Word comes from below to retreat to the next village over, and you soon see why. A black shadow is sweeping down the valley from the direction of Grofheim, where the quake, or whatever caused it, has obliterated the mountainside. On closer inspection, it's a veritable ocean of dredge, more than you imagined possible. In their midst is a towering giant of a dredge, blood red from head to toe. You gather your things in short order and join a good many Varl, leaving the godstone behind. Let's get the fuck out of here! Stop! A resolute voice calls from somewhere in front of you. The surrounding terrain comes alive with armed fighters surrounding the caravan. No need for bloodshed. Leave a couple wagons and pretend you never even stopped here. How about you leave what you got instead? Counteroffer takes the leader by surprise for a moment. We don't have time for this nonsense, hisses Oddleaf, loosing an arrow before anyone can react, and the brigand leader falls over in a spray of blood. Something sinister in the way Krumer laughs about this turn of events convinces the rest of the brigands to give up their errand and beat a hasty retreat. I like your girl, Rook, he says, to which Oddleaf gives him a dirty look. I mean, there probably wasn't even more of them than us. Why the fuck are they gonna try to rob us? We have 409 clansmen. And even though they don't fight, it's still a lot of people. Ivor tells you, we can't stay here long. It will take 3 straight days to cross Bura Pass, so stock up. There's no stopping once you leave. Takes off to speak with the other Varl about setting up defenses. Dad, you hear Alette appearing at your side. I like old Ivor. Somewhere in the back of your mind you feel the same way. Oh, I like old Ivor. Gotcha. You focus on preparations instead, realizing that you may be one of the first humans about to set foot in Airnoft. Where's the market? We need some food. Take 3 straight days, so that'll leave us with 7 days. Huh. So 2. So 4. Fragments of shattered dredge obsidian, carefully ground. Oh, that's cool. I thought I had 20 renown. That's weird. How badly hurt is everyone? How many days does it take to have them all back up? Oh, sweet. Shepherd Skystone, 2 strength resist, 2 drawing aggro, gun scale, Frathbrandurg, elaborate belt, first discovered around the waist of a Varl who had somehow frozen himself deep in a glacier. Heh. So, oh, that means what's his face has been frozen in a glacier for a while. Damn it, he's not level. Whatchamacallit. There it is. feel like Trig is the god of the hunt, or something. That god that we first encountered. There's just something about him. Let's go. Well, let's rest. I almost fucked up. It'll take 3 days. I have 10 days worth of travel supplies. Oh shit, that doesn't look safe.
We approach a city that only Varl have seen and cross a bridge that only Varl could build. Let us hope that we are the only unwelcome visitors to pass.
Is that supposed to be Rook's voice? All these warriors, another great war is upon us. It is the 3rd time I have seen such a thing. There were far fewer of us now than there once was. Krumer heads up the stairs to the Great Hall and returns shortly after speaking to Samvarl. What do they tell you? By all accounts, the Dredge are coming here. Looks like they plan to end the Varl for good this time. This place will become a killing field soon. They say the Prince of Men is here. They've got a mender too. Hey, we got the two... Fuck yeah, we got the 2 caravans together. Prince Ludin is here? From Amarang? In any case, we'll be given no audience today. You remember the last time you were here, Youngver? It's Ivor. Yeah, I remember it. What now? We find somewhere to rest. I'd recommend keeping your people out of trouble while you're here, Rook. In fact, keep them invisible. Drunder won't be happy you're here. You're shown to quarters, but could wander the city while you wait for audience. You feel like you could sleep for a week straight. Oh yeah, let me buy some stuff that I can't buy. -1 drawing aggro, that's cool. +2 will on rest. Another lightning runestone. Cursed Fang said to fill itself with the blood of its enemies. Grant power to those who keep it full. Will power. Eh? As you settle in, you receive word to come to the Great Hall in the next morning. Diver suggests not speaking unless addressed, and even then, keep it short. In your dreams, that night you see Varl kings fighting with dredge lords. An ominous feeling lingers as you prepare to enter the Great Hall. Enough, Einvind. Oh, wait. Greetings from Wormtoe, Junder. I've brought an ally. Who are these people? We don't have time for games. Wait, I know you. I don't know you. Junder? Oh, he's talking about what's face. Youngveer among us again? Is this what the end of the world looks like? You look cool. Jonder steps down from the throne to get a closer look. In the light, you spy deep wounds in the Varl King. It was my last option. You look like death, Jonder. The Sunder came through Grofheim, all of them, or we would still be here. A few thousand Varl remain. Bellower has been following us since Grofheim. Hey, it's Hacken! That is what he does. What will you do? Remain. There is no better place for us here than here. We make our stand in Irntoft. But even if Irntoft falls, the Varl won't be wiped out. Haken is taking our best warriors to Amberong, as we were discussing. I'm not going, Ginger. We're needed here. This is not a debate. A messenger bursts through the doors, cutting the tension. He says Stone Singer has been cutting a path across the bridge. He says a Stone Singer. Gods, can't we have a moment of respite? They should not be here already. Hey, you're the guy. I just realized. Stone Singer is with them. Let me bring down a bridge, as I said. It will buy us. I said the bridge stands, Mender. I say it again to you, and Prince of Men, and the whole Mender Council, where they here. I will not say it again. Haken, you go to Amberong. Eivind, don't even touch the bridge. Am I understood? You are. Then I'll confront the singer myself. Nobody tries to stop Eivind, but many follow as he leaves the Great Hall. I don't even know what a Mender is, but I'm guessing it's some kind of magician. The Mender walks past great companies of Varl on the way to the bridge. A tall, thin creature stands there, two black spears over its shoulders, ringed by dredge. The Varl have backed away in fear. Ivan stops before the stilt-legged figure. Suddenly, Ivor is beside you. Well, let's help him. You expect Ivor to refuse, but instead he locks eyes with you. Listen to me, Rook. You will probably die here, and so will everyone else who steps on that bridge. Look at your daughter. Are you prepared for that? I'm standing with him. He's stand with me this whole time, and he's helped bring me to safety, so you're not doing this alone. I won't stop you. Fight like it's your last. You're not sure what to expect, but you draw your axe, and soon find yourself standing behind Ivan on the bridge, wondering if you made the right decision. that's where I'm gonna go ahead and leave it here, guys. If you like this episode, leave a like, subscribe for more, and I'll see you in the next episode. Thanks for watching.